Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Paddock. Today for language arts we're doing author of the month, and of course for the month of January we're reading stories by Paulette Bourgeois. Now remember, Paulette wrote books with Franklin the Turtle, and today's story, it's all about Franklin again, and it is called Franklin is Bossy. Franklin the Turtle could zip zippers and button buttons. He could count by twos and tie his shoes. He had lots of friends, and he had one best friend named Bear. He played tag and marbles, hopscotch and ball, but one day something awful happened. Franklin and Bear, they had a fight. It was a steamy summer morning. Franklin told his friends, "Hey, let's play marbles." And they did. And after a while, Franklin said, "You know what? I'm tired of marbles. Let's have a race instead." "You always pick the games," grumbled Bear. But Franklin paid no attention. They started to run, and Bear was in the lead, and Goose followed close behind. Franklin saw that he was losing, and so he cried out, "The slowest one wins," as he crawled across the finish line last. "Hey, that's not fair," said Bear. Franklin ignored him. "I'm tired of running. Hey, let's go play baseball." Bear did not put on his mitt. He did not put on his cap. He was mad. "It's too hot. I don't want to play," said Bear. "Me neither," said Beaver. "It's not too hot," said Franklin. "It is too," said Bear. "It is not," said Franklin. "I don't want to play with you, Franklin," shouted Bear. "And I don't want to play with you either," Franklin shouted back. Oh dear. Franklin stomped all the way home. "What's wrong?" asked his father. "There's no one to play with," answered Franklin. "Well, maybe your friends will come by later," said Franklin's father. "Maybe," he said. In his room, Franklin built a castle, and he made a cape to be brave in. He made shields and swords and suits of armor, and he drew pictures. He played house, he read stories. He played by himself for 1 whole hour, and then he didn't know what to do. So Franklin went looking for company. His friends were in the river cooling off. "Are you still hot?" he asked. "No," they answered. "Well, then let's play ball," said Franklin. And before anyone had a chance to say a word, Franklin started giving orders. "Bear, you play first base. Goose and Beaver, you guys go out in outfield, and I'll be the pitcher." "No way," shouted Bear. "I don't want to play with you. You are too bossy." And all of Franklin's friends nodded. "Bear's right," they said. Franklin turned his back, and he went home. There was no one to play with and nothing much to do, so he helped his father all afternoon. They weeded the garden, they washed the floors, and they made supper for Mole because he was sick. "You're a good friend," Mole told Franklin's father. And on the way home, Franklin asked, "Do you and Mole have fights?" "Sometimes," said Franklin's father, "but we always make up." Franklin played alone for another whole day. He really missed Bear and all his friends, and he had lots of time to think. He would go to Bear and apologize. Franklin and Bear, they met on the bridge. "I was going to your house," said Franklin. "I was going to your house," said Bear. "I'm sorry," said Franklin. "It was all my fault." "No, it was my fault," said Bear. "Mine," said Franklin. "No, mine," said Bear. Uh-oh. "Stop!" shouted Beaver, who was listening under the bridge. "This is silly!" And Beaver slapped her tail so hard that Franklin and Bear, they jumped. And then they started to giggle. She was right. "Friends?" asked Franklin. "Friends," said Beaver. Beaver wanted to play baseball, and Bear and Goose and Duck agreed. They were picking teams when Franklin insisted on being the pitcher. Again. All together, his friends shouted, "No fair, Franklin!" Franklin knew that they were right. Couldn't always be the pitcher. It was his turn to play the outfield. And you know what? It wasn't so bad. For although Franklin didn't catch a single ball, he did catch lots of flies. There you go. Hope you enjoyed our story. I miss you, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.